we're gonna say that one of the Team Rocket members does end up coming closer to the people who you're trying to save, and this Team Rocket member is being attacked by this pink cutie fly, which you recognize as Bug. So right now, Cutie Fly is trying to attack. The Cutie Fly is trying to attack the Team Rocket member. He gets hit, and looks like he's going to open fire again at the Pokemon, unless you
Psy Beam.
Theta to do something. Theta's going to shoot a Psy Beam. All right.
Yes.
41 damage. Okay. So Theta uses 41 damage. Very nice. Team Rocket member still seems to be relatively okay after that attack.
Okay, I would tell Rowlet to use Giga Impact on this guy.
62 damage. Nice.
Rowlet
Okay,
is straight
this
up
guy's
murdering that guy.
Yes, he did.
he's not yet, but he looks really close.
Gosh.
He looks really close.
Okay.
Yeah, Rowlet's not playing around. Bug is up next.
Okay, Bug is going to use Fairy Wind on the same guy.
Go ahead. 21. Okay.
And Fairy
21.
Wind is a special attack.
Okay. All right. He damages the Team Rocket member with that. Moxie, you're up.
Okay. I would head towards this guy while telling my bandmates to put something on the guy that got shot, but to stay down.
Okay.
And I would use... He gets -2 penalty to accuracy rolls for a round.
Okay. The guy closest to you?
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Okay, so he's slowed and he's got -2 accuracy. Nice. Okay. Skilla and Charybdis. So the two Pokemon are going to... one is going to jump and land. As soon as he lands, this big... the ground starts to shake. So I'm gonna say Moxie and Anne, you guys will take 30 points of ground damage. 30 points of ground damage, and you both will fall prone from that. This actually also affects everyone else on the crowd, and a lot of the members of the crowd also fall prone.
So my astral projection's prone?
No, your astral projection's fine.
Oh.
Your hit points, what are your full hit points?
My full hit points is 80.
80. Okay, so your astral projection is going to get, it basically has 25% of your full hit points, but your defenses are still the same. So your astral projection has 20. What is your defense?
Physical defense is 9.
Okay. So your astral projection will actually disappear from that attack.
Okay.
But you can try casting it again if you want.
When it's my turn.
Yeah, when it's your turn. All right. Then the Team Rocket members is going to be... This Team Rocket member is going to try to... he doesn't notice the new Pokemon that's behind him, the one back here that Matthew just summoned, because it's very stealthy. So the Team Rocket is going to fire. Another citizen is going to get hit by a bullet and going to fall over, and will start screaming in pain. The one over here near Moxie is going to try to fire at Moxie, but he's slowed and blinded, so it'll sail again right past Moxie's head. and then the one that's closest to Bug notices the Porygon and Steven. So he's going to fire at the Porygon. Steven, the Porygon takes 23 points of poison damage if that matters to it. 23 physical. Next is Matthew. Okay, Matthew's character, he commands his Pokemon to attack. He takes out a saber and he slashes at the Team Rocket member. Critical hit because he didn't see it coming. 27 points of damage.
Steven is still trying to get people to safety.
Okay. You'll continue to try to get people to safety. Trenton is going to try to pick up his family, and they're going to make their way finally behind Charlie's stand. Theta is up. Theta, the Team Rocket member has his gun and is still firing at Theta.
So, what type of attacks was that? Poison type?
Poison type. Physical poison attack.
Okay. Then use conversion. And change it to psychic type.
Nice.
So it's no longer normal type, it's psychic type.
Charlie, you're up. There is the person who got shot, Charlie, is basically collapsed. When he was running away, he got shot and he collapsed onto your stand and falls onto some of your pastries. And you can see the blood just gushing out of his arm, and he's looking a little wheezy, like he's gonna pass out soon if nobody helps him.
Okay, Charlie isn't really good with medical education, so he's gonna grab. He probably has a few rags, towels, or even napkins on his stand.
Okay. You're gonna try to take a few napkins to try to wrap up the wound, and you're so focused on helping this guy that instinctually you start to feel something welling up inside you, and you can visually, anyone who's in the area can visually see this blue essence appearing, almost like Lifestream from Final Fantasy VII, if you've ever seen it. And it looks like it's being pulled from one of the Team Rocket members, that is attacking Theta right now. This energy is being pulled from the Team Rocket member, and it's transferring into the person who got shot. And you can actually magically see his wound start to close up as he's regaining health, while the Team Rocket member is losing health. Please roll me 3d10s, please. 14. Alright, so the person in front of you heals 14 hit points, and the person who is attacking Theta gets damaged 14 hit points.
Did I do that?
The guy gasps as if he's starting to come to again. Thanks, he says.
No problem.
Alright. Anne, you're up.
She is going to recast her astral projection.
Yep, you can put anywhere you want.
And move it towards the stand, the pastry stand, and sort of just go around and sort of try to kneel down with them and kind of just sort of survey and make sure everyone's calm and staying down.
Trenton will see your ghostly figure and he'll say, "What are you?" You can speak.
I'm a guardian angel, I guess. And she and she takes a defensive stance and sort of gestures everyone to go down.
Ariel says, "Oh, our prayers have been answered. Praise be to Mew."
Charlie kind of gives a look to Annie. Okay.
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 Rowlet, you're up. Kill.
Rowlet would use Leaf Blade.
Nice. Attack roll. Go ahead.
Whew.
Okay.
Maybe not.
All right. He tries to use Leaf Blade, but he critical failed. So the Leaf Blade flies around and accidentally hits the Matthew Kearney's Pokemon, and Matthew Kearney takes damage. And because Matthew Kearney's Pokemon takes damage, and because it's a water type, it's super effective. So the Pokemon looks towards Rowlet and looks really peed off at the Rowlet.
I think Bug's going to use Silver Wind, all kinds of wind, on again the dude that's
Go ahead.
over here. So
Roll for damage.
Silver Wind
Yep.
is 2d6 plus 8 plus 11.
27. Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna try Sing again.
Go ahead. On the guy in front of you or somebody else?
Yeah, this guy.
10.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think you hit, and that guy immediately starts to fall really drowsy, and then he falls asleep. And his gun clatters to the floor at your feet. His rifle clatters to the floor at your feet.
Then I would go pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Can
You
I
got
just
it.
throw
You
it?
picked it up.
Like,
You can throw it out of the way. You can carry it. You can do whatever you want with it.
I would like to throw it in this direction. Just
You can do that.
away.
Okay. Scylla and Cadribdis, they are going to use an ability together. Out from nowhere, this big wave of muddy water appears and it washes over the stand. All of your beautiful pastries are now being washed away in this muddy water. And it also hits Bug. It also hits Bug and Steven and Theta and Charlie. So you guys will take 21 points of special attack damage, so special defense. You can lower this with your special defense. It's at this point that Vivienne Kearney appears, and she comes from the other direction. And her Pokemon, Smackle, comes out and starts to battle with the two Pokemon, both Scylla and Charybdis. Okay. This Team Rocket member by Matthew Kearney is going to fight and attack Matthew's Pokemon. This one continues to try to attack Rowlet. Rowlet's going to take 41 points. This one is going to be fire damage if it matters. 41 points of fire damage. And special defense can be applied and all that good stuff. That one's asleep, and then the other one is going to... He actually loads something into his rifle, and then he actually fires, and it turns into an area of effect. It's a poison damage, so again, Theta's gonna get reduce some of this. Steven and Theta will take 35 points of poison damage, and Theta takes a reduced amount because he's psychic, right?
Yes.
So Theta, is that half? Is that what happens? You take half, I think?
Yeah, should be.
I think it's, okay. So 35 divided by 2 is 17, I think. And then 17 minus special defense is... Oh, Theta doesn't take any damage. Just soaks it up. Good job, Theta.
Theta's a tank.
Theta's tanking like a pro. Matthew Kearney's Pokemon attacks, takes down the Team Rocket member in front of him. Steven, you are up still if you want to have Steven do anything else other than continue to help people.
Steven can't really do anything. He's not really combat. Can't really do any combat.
No problem. Trenton is just going to try to help his wife because he's like, they're soaked in mud. They're drenched in mud right now. Theta's up.
Well, now that he's psychic type, Psybeam should do more damage.
Alright, go ahead. Psybeam.
Nice.
Oh,
Crit.
nice. AC 20. Critical hit, 60 points. Yeah, so Theta shoots out a giant beam and it just disintegrates. Like the poor Team Rocket member disintegrates into ash.
Oof.
Whoops.
Whoops.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oops. Charlie, you're up.
Just out of character, is there like a hot plate around the booth or something like
Yes.
something?
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Okay, Charlie is gonna grab the hot plate,
Sure.
and can he hop over the booth?
Sure.
So he goes here, and with 9, that would make 4, right? 4 squares?
Sure. Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And can he hit from here? You think? Like just
I'll let
throw-
him. I'll let him.
Just
Roll I'll say acrobatics.
acrobatics. Okay. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I just want to see what you got. He's not that far. He's not that far away. He's only 2 squares away from you,
Yeah.
so it doesn't have to be that high.
Because I don't think his acrobatics are very good. So.
3.
Ooh.
You throw in acrobatics. The hot plate does hit him, but it doesn't hit the spot you want it to hit him. It doesn't hit exposed flesh. So it hits him on the back of the knee, which is enough to like distract him a little bit, but it doesn't damage him. But you distracted him at least.
Okay.
And you're up.
Seeing Charlie go over to the Team Rocket guy with the rifle, she's going to move to start or have her astral projection sort of move over to where he is. My speed is 8, so that would make it 4 squares, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. For her full action, she kind of tries to go behind
Sure.
Charlie. Her
Okay.
astral projection goes behind Charlie.
Alright, we're gonna try to hit this time with pluck.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Nice.
Yay!
All right. Cool. Give us a cinematic of you taking out this final Team Rocket member.
With pluck?
Yes, with pluck. How would it cinematically take down this Team Rocket member with pluck?
Well, my dark side says it plucks his eyes out. But
Sure.
sure,
You could.
okay.
All right. Ah! It plucks its
Oh.
eyes out, and the Team Rocket member runs around, and he falls over, and he's just twitching, dead. You guys are dark. You guys are really dark.
Little
They
bit.
didn't mean to kill it.
I meant to kill
You
it.
guys, so there are other Team Rocket members in addition to the ones in this immediate vicinity, but you see that Vivienne and Matthew Kearney's helps to fight off many of the other Team Rocket members because they are actually really powerful trainers, and their Pokemon are very powerful. Also, I should point out that in the middle of combat, the weather goes from sunny and it starts to rain. It starts to downpour rain. And when you look in the direction, you see another individual joining the fight, you see Cam appear, joining the fight, and hovering above Cam is a cast form, which is Cam's Pokemon. The cast form has changed the weather. Cam is dual wielding two pistol-looking things, and he holds up one of the pistols and he fires at one of the Team Rocket members, and this big bolt of electrical energy surges out and hits one of the Team Rocket members directly, and because of the rain, it's extra effective and doesn't miss, and the Team Rocket member falls over. Meanwhile, Claudius and Claudia, they notice that things are getting a little bit messy. So Claudia will whistle at everybody, and they start to make a break for it. By this point, several of the guards from the school make it to the premises and are going to try to run after the Team Rocket members. And you're just going to see Claudia and Claudius make a break for it, along with Scylla and Charybdis, their Pokemon. But long story short, you guys were able to chase off the Team Rocket members from the academy by that point. There are still people who are wounded. Several people are bleeding out, and especially near you, Charlie, there are several more people who are bleeding out. I don't know if you're going to try to help them.
Yeah.
You will notice, Charlie, that you can also transfer your own energy into other people to heal them. The nice thing is, if you do decide to take some of your own health to heal somebody else, then it is double the health. It's double what you give. So if you take out 5 hit points, you'll heal them 10 hit points.
Okay.
If you heal from yourself. Which I don't know if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But you can easily do that to help other people.
Yeah, he's gonna do it.
Cam's going to appear behind you guys. I'm going to assume you guys will be grouped up at some point after all of that. And he's like, wow, everybody's okay?
Yeah.
Moxie! Awesome looking barrier, by the way. That was pretty cool. It's a little smaller than I'm used to seeing you use, but maybe with a little practice, you might be able to, improve on it a little more.
Well, it's definitely a little more existent than I'm used to seeing, so,
And Annie, it was so cool. I saw your astral projection jumping around, helping people.
Yeah, all I really can do. I should really work on getting something more.
Charlie, you were always the guy with the heart of the group. I saw you using your energy transference to help people.
I have no idea how I did that. That was crazy.
I have no idea how you did that either, but it seemed to be instinctual. So, you guys believe that you actually are capable of actually helping people now?
With some practice, maybe.
We can help you. We can help each other out practice. I mean, like I said, together we can save this place. We can save this world.
Yeah.
Steven, how about you? You're Porygon Theta. Wow.
Yeah.
Disintegrate?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. I think that got a little overboard. But,
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. It looks like the people here, they're trying to get things all settled up. I don't think the festival's going to continue on. So, you guys want to grab a burger or something?
I guess I'm not getting any work done here.
I could grab something to eat, I guess.
I'm still going to ask about Miss Kearney about my work, if I'm needed. But I will come to the burger.
Miss Kearney will let you know that right now they're really busy just figuring out what happened, like getting to the bottom of what happened. So she'll basically pay you for the day for your trouble, especially after seeing how amazing your Pokemon helped in the combat. She's willing to pay you for your trouble of coming here, but they'll want you to come back the next day to do your actual work again. But she'll pay you again. So you'll get paid twice. And you're like, okay.
Okay. Double pay, yay.
It's nice being friends with Vivienne Kearney. You don't want to be enemies with her. So she was very impressed by you, maybe a little bit impressed. And, you should tell her you're married.
Well, she's married too. I mean,
And then when Moxie goes talk to their bandmates, one of your bandmates was shot, so they're being rushed to the hospital. But they said that there really isn't much they can do. So if you need to go grab a bite to eat, you can just meet him at the hospital later. There really isn't much anyone can do. So
Okay.
he seems to it looks like he'll live. Fortunately, the shoulder was not his primary shoulder that he uses to play his instrument. But
Oh, good. Well,
Granted-
as long as he's useful.
yes, as long as he's useful. So you guys, the 5 of you, will go to a nearby burger place, and there's already people who are gossiping about what happened. Did you hear what happened at the academy? And people are talking. Yeah, it was Team Rocket. That's scum. Like, why haven't we been able to get rid of that terrorist group yet? And I'm gonna say that Cam's gonna have a chicken sandwich with a Vanillite shake and fries. What are the rest of you guys having?
Same.
Same.
she's going to actually have a veggie berry burger,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, with a soda or something.
Okay.
Charlie's
Wow.
Steven's
Charlie's
Yeah.
probably having a fancy thing off the menu, like something like a Mudsdale steak or something.
Mm-hmm.
Steven
Well-
will be having some sort of a meal tank burger.
A meal talk burger. Nice.
Yes. Yeah, and soda, of course.
Okay. Does Theta eat? I think Theta eats.
I don't think Theta needs to eat, at least not normal food. It's electricity more like, but
Yeah, I don't
it can eat.
All right. I think Theta doesn't need to eat, so it's not going to.
Yeah.
But the bug is definitely going to consume like some of the honey packets that you normally dip your Torchic nuggets into. So it's gonna suck on the honey packets, and then Rowlet is probably gonna have, maybe you got it a salad or something, and it's gonna be eating the salad. But the Pokemon are gonna be, looks like they're gonna have their own conversation. They're gonna be chatting amongst each other. From what you can tell, they seem to be whatever the equivalent of like high-fiving each other. Oh man, yeah, good job. Good job. We made a great team. So they're camaraderie with each other. This is nice, guys. This is just like old times. At least, well, for me it's like old times.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness Cole wasn't around at all. That would have been terrible for him to get caught up in all that.
Cole's a pretty powerful Pokemon.
Yeah, but I prefer he not get in the middle of those things. He's had enough of that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, if we do our job, he won't have to.
Yeah, Bug and I are gonna need a long bath after that. He kind of looks at all the, probably the mud
Mhm.
caked in his clothes because of the waves that came over them.
Yeah, sorry about your pastries, Charlie.
It's okay. just worked something like 5 hours on all of that, but it's okay.
Moxie, what are you thinking?
Do we know if anyone died?
There were many people who were injured. There were 2 casualties, and which is terrible. One is too many. However, compared to other attacks done by Team Rocket, 2 is actually by comparison really good, but if you can call it good,
Okay.
or at least not as bad. Many injured, but 2 casualties.
That's not too bad. I would say I wish we had caught up to those twins.
I just wish I could have done more, instead of just sort of appearing out of nowhere, scaring the bejesus out of people, and maybe helping them over. I could have probably socked them in the face or something. I don't know.
Well, your ability is much more helpful than mine. I just see dreams that sometimes come true.
Well, Steven, you're more than just that. I mean, besides Theta, your brain is your biggest weapon.
I guess.
Mine is that hub plate, apparently.
Well, you helped a lot of people too. We all have our job. We all have our gifts. And Annie, you are actually, at least in my world, when you astral projected, like, you kicked serious butt. Like, you did you took some martial arts, and you also were able to fire beams off of your astral projection too.
That sounds
I
like
wish I could do that now.
That sounds like something off of a movie or something.
I sound kick ass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that now.
You probably still can. You just need a little training, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. There's always the thing that you look back on and think you could have done something better. Or, I guess.
Well, hopefully we won't be in that situation again.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully not.
I try to inform us if something like that is going to happen. If I see something that could happen to us, so I try to inform you guys if something like that is going to happen again. Could be prepared.
There you go.
Good.
Steven's got us covered.
Do your premonitions usually involve the people around you? And or you?
And not always, but it's kind of often it's from my perspective. I see things from my own perspective.
Can you control it? At all?
I wish. That way I wouldn't have go to my sister to talk about these things.
Must be really tough.
Well, yeah, it's really tough. I always...
It was your other you struggled with it as well, but in the end, I think he ended up using it for good, or at least what he thought was good.
What happened to... What... Did something happen to him? Or me?
You ended up, firing the weapon, like I said, and the destruction. You ended up okay. At least how I left you, you were still okay. The blame of the destruction, however, ended up on my fiance. That's part of the reason why she couldn't stay there anymore. She was painted as the bad guy and I guess ended up here, among other things.
Anything happened to me?
You ended up, I guess, helping to pick up the pieces afterwards. I mean, you were very politically powerful, and you actually ended up becoming the new leader of what was left. But it's a sinking ship, unfortunately. But I think you were just trying to do the best you could do. Charlie, we already talked about what happened to you.
Do you know exactly what went wrong with the program? Why it didn't work? What exactly went wrong?
Yeah. So there were just a group of military members who didn't agree with our cause, and they attacked our headquarters and our base. And you can probably put two and two together. It got really ugly.
But did the machine work? Or weapon?
It did. It did. There were just a lot of people who disagreed with it.
Mm.
And Noir ended up being one of the scapegoats.
What exactly did it target? You said it took out the evil or the bad in the world. What exactly did you classify as bad?
Or what you classified as bad, actually.
The other me, not me.
Well, for some reason, you decided that all bug Pokemon were dangerous. And at that point, Bug, looks around. You particularly did not want any bug Pokemon. So we
Okay.
exterminated them. And there were, I don't know, a lot of criminals. We actually used the weapon and fired on the Team Rocket base. Team Rocket doesn't exist where I come from. They're all gone.
So it did work. It just targeted some of the wrong things. And you want to try it again?
It did work. It hit exactly who we wanted to hit. People didn't agree with it.
Okay.
Bug Pokemon? Really?
It's a long story.
And that's just some examples. I mean, there's Pokemon who are 10 times hotter than the sun. I don't know how that works, but yeah, those Pokemons were gone. There's also Pokemon, many of which are ghost Pokemon. They're really creepy. But one particular Pokemon is so scary that apparently you would go mad or even die at the sheer sight of it. Those were definitely Pokemon. A lot of ghost Pokemon, a lot of poison Pokemon were in that equation too.
That's understandable, but still, they exist for a reason.
Yeah, nature, balance. It should. She's sort of just kind of looks a bit defeated and deflated and just kind of puts her head in her hands like.
Yeah, as much as I would want them all gone. Well, not you, Bug. But there's a thing. If you remove the bug Pokemon, then what do bird Pokemon eat? It's like Annie said.
Well,
Balance of nature.
I mean, Pokemon would evolve. That's what they do. They evolve and adapt. It's one of the most amazing things through history. They normally are able to find a way.
Yes, but that kind of drastic change in such a short of time, it's not enough time.
Well, we're not going to do that, is all I'm saying. We're not doing that. That's the whole point. Charlie, you were the one who also asked Moxie to add Hypnos to that list.
Charlie
And
kind
Drowsies.
Charlie kind of freezes at that. Well, obviously.
Yeah. And other psychic Pokemon like that. I mean...
The reason I'm asking all these questions is because you say that we can get rid of the Pokemon in Johto, but it feels like there could be a way of doing that without hurting people. If you set the classifications specifically enough.
Yeah, We could. It'll be harder, but we can. I think we could. I don't know, Steven, you're the one who would know better than I do.
Well,
Or,
I
I don't
haven't
know, I
even.
think your wife did a little bit of that too.
I don't know, but if that device could specific target such a specific Pokemon and well people, it should be able to. If it just, I feel like it could be possible.
Just out of curiosity, did I ever try and add anything to the list or no?
I don't know if you ever talked to Moxie about it. I have no idea.
I don't see myself wanting to destroy anything, especially not Pokemon.
But you also didn't see yourself in a team similar to Team Rocket either.
True. I just don't know what to think about all that.
I'm just telling you what I suggest doing to solve this Pokemon War problem. Like I said, I'm leaning on you guys to come up with a solution that's better if you want. This is what I got.
We work with that and improve it if needs be.
Do you have a documents or sketches or plans for the weapon that was made, or are you suggesting we make this up as we go?
No, we do. That's actually how I got thrown in jail before, because I kind of stole the plans.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into it, but Steven, I can get them to you if you want, and we can go to Kalos and start seeing what we need to build the weapon.
Yeah, I would like to see those blueprints. I want to understand what I'm doing.
Sure. You guys are welcome to come to my place. That's where I got the files stored, and we can go from there.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess.
So where all of this took place was this all took place in the Indigo Plateau, and that's where the academy is, and he's going to take you over to his place in Pallet Town.
Back home.
So his home in Pallet Town, he's at an apartment right now. It's a nice apartment. It's a relatively nice apartment, and it's well furnished, and his cast form floats around, and he makes his way over to like down the hall. He's going over into Cam's room, and he will go over to a safe that he has, and he opens up the safe, and he pulls out a sketchbook as well as some thumb drives, and he hands the thumb drives and the sketchbook over to Steven.
Okay.
This is everything I was able to gather.
Well, I should take a look at that. Take a look at the notebook first.
Sure. The notebook is full of sketches, it's full of notes, diagrams, blueprints, and it just shows step by step on how to build this thing. It's very intricate, but you understand the basics of how to put it all together.
Okay.
You feel confident you can do it.
Okay, this won't be that hard. Should be able to do this. I take out my laptop and take a look at the thumb drives.
You go through the laptop and you go through the files, and it's extensively detailed bits of code that shows how the device is programmed. And you can see the bits of code where you can actually set the settings of how the weapon is fired. So I don't know how many of you have played Pokemon X and Y, but
Yes.
the idea is that when the weapon gets fired, and correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't like hit people like a laser beam in the sense that it actually like removes their life force. It removes the life force from them, and that's how the weapon destroys things. It removes their life force and leaves them as like cold shells, pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. They're pretty much turned to stone.
They're pretty much turned to stone. Correct. They turn to stone. But with this code that you have, you can customize the targets relatively specifically. You can customize it by Pokemon type. You can customize it by Pokemon species. You can customize it by a specific evolution. You can customize it by things like that. As far as people goes, if you wanted to attack all the psychics, you can attack all the psychics. If you wanted to attack all of the aura people, you can attack all of the aura people. If you wanted to attack all the normals, you can attack all the normals. If you wanted to specify and have it target anyone who has been registered in a bank, like for example, an organization like Team Rocket, you could do that if you wanted to. It's very powerful machine.
Oh yeah, so it seems like.
So what do you think, Steven?
I think I can make this work. Yeah.
Do you have any ideas how we can tweak it so that we don't actually hurt people we don't want to hurt?
Well, somehow if we program this to actually make sure it's like in reverse, if as it here says, if I would like to kill all the psychic, I could set it that, but if I could set it the other way, if I don't want to kill all the psychics, I could set that. If I could do it in reverse, that could help.
So what you're saying is you don't want this falling in the wrong hands, any of us.
Yeah, it's really specific. It could easily kill all of the psychics or any group that you want. It's really powerful.
I'm not touching it, don't worry.
There's a lot of groups out there who would love to be able to get rid of all the psychics in here.
Yeah, they would.
And as soon as he says that, Anna, you know that your mother, if she knows this thing exists, oh man, if your mom knew this existed, she would be like so happy.
She's gonna say, this has got to be kept on way down low. Way down low.
Oh yeah, no one should talk about this thing to anyone. Absolutely
My
anyone.
mother had.
Yeah, Steven, I'm trusting these papers with you, but if this ever falls in the wrong hands, it could be devastating. It could really backfire.
Yeah. I'm going to have to find a safe place to put this. On my computer, it's not safe.
I'm all for trying to execute this as morally as possible. So I'm kind of leaning, like I said, on you guys, on how we do this and how we proceed with programming this weapon, if we were to make it.
If we're talking about safety, I'm not sure how open you are to this, but maybe some of us, or all of us, should take some of the schematics. So if one of us is taken down, they don't get all the information.
That could be a good idea.
Good idea.
I could get some of them to my mother's It's my mother's farm back on Alola. It's very secluded.
I have a cellar that I could put a bit of the schematics in. It's locked up really tight. The only way you can get in without my mom's key is to just scooch it under the door. Get from under the door. I'm not even allowed in there.
How would you get it out?
I could. I could. We could do.
That's a hard one.
I'm thinking I could try and we could make a code of that particular set and have it so that it's decipherable to Steven.
That's a good idea.
I guess I got nothing else to say about this unless any of you have any other input.
This is going to be hard work for me. But I'm trying to figure out how to make this safer.
Well, like I said, you got ways to go with your wife there, he says, elbowing Stephen.
Don't
talking
talk
about
about that.
medicine. She just got out of jail, and putting her in danger like this would not be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't need her going
Wait.
back.
Yes, exactly.
We could get Carolyn into this, but well, she's a little sore about what happened in Johto, so I don't know.
I'm not getting my sister anywhere near this. She's already too close
Yeah.
as it is.
I mean, I'm only saying this because she's a ranger. She knows her stuff. She could help us with the something. I don't know.
Do you think Carolyn might get a little too trigger happy and want to add more to the list? Is that what you're thinking?
That
I was
could
just
be a
thinking out
possibility
loud.
too. Though I don't think she's any worse than me in that particular bit of our personalities.
Moxie, in my place, we came up with the target list. You came up with the targets list with everybody's input. I'm not saying that we should put that responsibility on you. So you tell us if you think that you want to be in charge of that, or would you want to disperse the responsibility of that between the 5 of us?
I think someone morally ambiguous would be best in that position. And seeing as we're trying to help stop Armageddon, as it were, putting our own wants and needs into this list would be inadvisable. So I'm fine with taking this responsibility on. And I promise I won't put bug Pokemon on the list. But it will be a list that we're all privy to. And we all have to agree before doing anything.
Agreed.
Sounds good. Agreed. All right. Thanks, guys. It's really good to have you back.
It's good to have you now.
so awkward.
Shucks. Thanks, Anne, he says as he gives you a playful punch on the shoulder.
So what was your part in
Yeah.
all of this?
Yeah. I sort of was roped into it without having much choice. He looks at Anne and he says, my dad, Dr. Peralt, he was the head of Team Flare. I pretty much was involved by association. I mean, it's hard to say no to your parents, at least it is to me. And a lot of what he said made sense, but near the end I started questioning things, especially since it started affecting Noir. And then when he used her as a scapegoat, that was the last straw. I couldn't do it anymore.
Did Noir know about any of this? Was she part of it?
Yeah, she was. Her family were one of the people that were determined not. Her family was determined to be within the umbrella of being targets of the weapon. And she asked me to talk to my dad to try to convince him to remove her family out of it. My dad didn't budge. No matter how hard I tried, he didn't budge. So she was fine. He promised me that she would be okay. And the weapon was fired and her parents paid the price. And I couldn't stop it. All I could do was save her. Of course, a lot of good that would do, because my dad ended up using her as a tool. I thought he was going to keep her safe, but he ended up using her as a tool. He had some sort of chip put into her head, some sort of chip implanted, which you actually created, Stephen, but I don't blame you because you didn't know what it was being used for.
Okay, great. I made a lot of things.
But it basically caused her to be under his control, and he made her do things that incriminated her. She terrorized people. She killed people. And that's how they ended up placing the blame of what happened on her. And I ended up helping her escape. And hopefully she's at having a much better life now.
So the pact you made with Hoopa, it got both of you over here?
Hoopa made a separate arrangement with Noir, and I pleaded with it afterwards to give me a chance to go after her, to make it up to her, and to make it up to the world that she was in. I guess the reason I'm trying to do this is so I can protect her. To make sure that things don't go turned upside down like it did back where we were from. Everything is for her.
As Cam is sort of telling his story, the color in her face, in Anne's face, kind of drains, and she kind of backs up a little bit, sort of reaching for her hair again, and she sort of puts her back against the wall and kind of sinks to the ground a little bit, and she looks like she's half there and half not.
Anne, what's wrong? She kind of sort of mumbles incoherently, and she starts sort of rocking back and forth a little bit, and she sort of is engrossed in her own little world at the moment, kind of retreating inside of herself. Hey, Cam says, and he goes over to Anne and he starts to try to rub her shoulders comfortingly. Come on, come back to us. Come on.
Did your Anne ever do this?
What you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Once. She did once. Right after the weapon was fired. she acted just like this. I think for the first time she was having some second thoughts.
I haven't really done this much since before I was 10. I thought I got over it. She kind of just sort of bangs her head, the back of her head against the wall a little bit more, and she starts kind of humming a little bit.
Well, I think that brings us to our next issue is this is big. This is really big. And if anyone wants out, they should probably consider that before we jump into anything.
I don't think I could ever go to my normal life ever again knowing this, so...
Me neither.
Okay.
Looking at the notebook. I'm already part of this. I'm part of the reason. I'm going to fix it.
Then we're all agreed.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
We'll fix it.
We'll fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll go ahead and end the session there. Nice. Okay. A lot happened.